boys and girls. Today we're going to be talking about multiplication equations, okay? But before we can start talking about the equations themselves, we have to talk about the rule of division, okay? The rule of division says that if I have an equation, I can divide, oops, let's not do 5, let's do 6. Let's do 6. I can divide both sides by the same number and the equation will remain balanced, okay? So let's just say I have 6 is equal to 6. Say I want to divide one side by 2, okay? That'll give me 3 is equal to 6. Now, is that a true statement? Is 3 actually equal 6? No, it doesn't. That's not a true statement. But if I say 6 equals 6 and I divide 6 by 2 over here and I divide 6 by 2 over here, I'm dividing both sides of the equation, both sides of the equal sign by the same number, and I get 3 equals 3. The sides of the equation remain balanced if I divide both sides by the same number. Okay, let me show you two examples. The first example, 3x equals 12. Now remember, we're working with a multiplication equation when I have 3 times x. Okay, that's what that means. 3 times x. This isn't 3 times, and I forgot to put a number here. This is 3x. X is a variable. Okay, I don't know what x is. That's what we're trying to figure out. I want to isolate the x, get it by itself. In order to do that, I have to get rid of this coefficient. I got to get rid of the 3. I get rid of a multiplication coefficient or a multiplication problem with division. Actually, I wanted to leave that line there because I'm going to divide where this x is by 3. Okay? And I'm going to explain how this works. So, if I have the fraction 3 over 3, what does that equal to? Well, it's equal to 1. Okay? 1 times x is just going to give me x. So I divide the multiplication problem by the coefficient, and that gives me 1. Okay? And what that leaves me with is just my x. Okay, but I do the same thing over here. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, now my equation is balanced. X equals 4. I'm saying x is 4, and that's equal to 4. Okay, if I go back and plug it in, and I say 3 times 4, does that equal 12? Well, 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 equals 12. So this is a true statement when x equals 4. All right, let's look at one more example. Okay, so our next example, I have 9 times some value, we're calling it a, equals 54. All right, because I'm dealing with a multiplication problem, I have to use its opposite operation, which is division. Division will undo multiplication. All right, so I have to divide by 9. I'm dividing by 9 because 9 is the coefficient. I want to get a by itself, but I have to divide both sides by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 1 times a is just a. 54 divided by 9 is 6. So a equals 6. We can plug it back in and check it out. Does 9 times 6 equal 54? 9 times 6 is 54, and 54 equals 54, so yes, we have a match.